I am living my dream life because I changed my assumptions, because I changed what I believe to be true about myself and about my reality. And when you change your assumptions, when you change your core beliefs, everything in your life will shift and completely rearrange to match your new assumptions. So today we're talking about the law of assumption. And the law of assumption makes complete sense when you understand it. And it basically just states that whatever you're assuming to be true, to be real, your core beliefs, is what is determining the experience you have in this life. So when you want to change the experience, when you're desiring something to change, either your external world, more money, the way you look, your relationships, your career, your health, when you want something in the physical world to change, what really has to change is your assumptions, what you believe to be true. Because your entire reality is your inner world pushed out, is your assumptions pushed out. So if you're wanting to change your life, you need to go into that invisible inward place, the place that's not tangible, the non-physical world. And this is where the work begins, because you need to know what are your core beliefs. And a lot of the times they're hidden. And this was the case for me. I had deep, and I mean deep, hidden beliefs that I was not worthy, that I wasn't good enough. And if you were to ask me, this is probably going back most of my life, but definitely 6 years ago. If you had asked me, what's holding you back, I would not have said my lack of self-belief or my lack of self-worth. I was not aware that that was what was holding me back. It was always like an outside element that was the problem. I didn't think that it was me. I didn't realize it was my core beliefs. I didn't realize it was my assumptions that was creating the life that I was experiencing. So let me just give you a glimpse into my life. This was me, I'm going to go 6 years ago, 2019. In 2019, I was working pretty much at a dead-end job. I wasn't going up the ladder, so to speak. I was staying still, and I had been still for a long time. I was depressed. I didn't enjoy my life or my career. I was numbing myself a lot with weed. I would get high a lot of the times because when I would get high, it would pull me out of that depressive state, and I would feel happy and good temporarily. And so I would use weed to make me feel good and enjoy my life. I was someone that didn't believe in themselves. I wasn't accomplished. I didn't feel like I deserved what I wanted. I didn't feel good enough for it. I was hanging out with people that were also numbing themselves, hanging out with people that didn't have, long-term goals, or if they did, they weren't working towards them. I basically was stunted in my growth, and I was sitting still in my life. And I really yearned and longed for another life. I could see a possible reality where I was living the life I'm living now, a life of wealth and freedom and sobriety and focus, determination and success. The problem lied in my assumptions. I didn't believe that that was me. I didn't believe that that was possible because I lacked the self-worth. I felt like I didn't deserve the life that I was craving and yearning for. So then flash forward to 2020. This was such a pivotal year for a lot of people, but including myself. Not only was it the pandemic and COVID and my career was already changing, but on top of that, I was in a car accident where someone drove into me and I was injured. I'm sure you've heard me tell the story many times. But after that moment, I had my spiritual awakening, so to speak, where I became conscious and aware of my self-beliefs, of my assumptions. I finally could see myself for who I really was being. And I didn't like what I saw. And I wanted to be a different version of myself. So I started doing the inner work. The inner work is the hardest part of changing. It's not the external material world. It's the inner world that's so hard to change because you have to really look at yourself and you have to focus your attention, your awareness on changing your core beliefs, those deep-seated beliefs of, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of the life that I want. So I started doing the work on myself. I did shadow journaling. I became aware and awake to what was really inside of me, what my current assumptions were, which for me was, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. I don't believe that I could actually have that. And when I started working through those feelings, you can work through them many different ways. You can get a therapist. You can do somatic work, which is a lot of what I did. You can use music and sound therapy to kind of heal that inner wound, that trauma, that nervous, fearful energy, that unworthy energy. Another thing you could do that I did was listen to guided meditations before you go to sleep or while you're sleeping. And this helps reprogram those deep subconscious thoughts of unworthiness. It changes your core beliefs of what's possible, your assumptions. Your assumptions are just what you believe to be true. And you can't change your assumptions if you're not aware of them. So do the work. Become aware of what your current assumptions are, and then you can change them. So it's key for you to realize that all you can really change is this present moment, your current assumptions. You want to focus on your current beliefs. So where is your attention going throughout the day? Where is your mind going? Are you focusing on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, like Neville Goddard would say? Focusing on your wish coming true, knowing what that feels like, going through those emotions of, I would feel so confident, I'd feel so accomplished, I'd feel so free, I'd feel so good about myself. Are you tapping into those assumptions that that's your life now? Or are you currently stuck in that fear, feeling like you're not good enough? Stuck in your life like I was. I was so stuck and just sitting. It's like sitting in water. You're not moving. You're just sitting still. You're repeating the same life like Groundhog's Day over and over and over again because your inner world hasn't changed yet. Your external world is never going to change unless you do, unless you work on changing your assumptions, because your assumptions are creating your experiences. So I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you want to live a different quality of life. You want to experience something different, something better. And so what has to change is what you assume about yourself. Do you believe you are worthy of what you want? Ask this really deep question. Do you feel like it could be yours? Do you get into those feelings of it's yours right now? Are you consciously doing this throughout the day before you go to sleep? Are you focusing your attention on changing your assumptions? Because this is the work that it's going to take you to go from like where I was in 2019 to where I am today. I'm no longer that person I was. I changed my assumptions. I changed what I believe to be true about myself, and I changed what I believe to be possible for myself. And so I know what it takes to change your life. And it starts with your assumptions. The law of assumption is so powerful. Once you grasp it and you understand it and you look at your life and you apply it to your life, you have endless possibilities of what you can create. I am proof of this. And so use me as your example that it's possible to live a totally different life. And I know you can live your dream life too. That's my whole motivation in making these videos, is because I've been in a place where I didn't feel good about myself. I've been in a place where I dreamed of another life. And then I did it. I transformed myself. And it's such a beautiful, powerful experience that makes you feel like anything is possible. And so I want you to experience that. I want you to feel that power, that change, because life can be whatever you make it to be. It's up to you. You have that power to change your assumptions, to change your inner world, and to experience another reality. And so I hope that this video was helpful for you and that you have a beautiful, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video.